What's up, folks? What an eventful day it's been. Honestly, I don't think I have really said, like, as far as tweeted or made videos about Halloween Kills in the last few months. Actually, it's been pretty quiet. I mean, sure, we found out recently, okay, we're finally going to get the trailer on July the 1st. That was what we were told. Um and then today happened. So essentially, what went down today, in case you missed all this, is early this morning, some images from the trailer were leaked. And these were actually some pretty decent quality um, uh, images that were leaked. I kind of face planted into them, didn't mean to see them. Kind of like one of the first things I saw when I started checking my stuff this morning on my phone. And at that point, I'm like, okay, based on some of these images that I'm seeing here, Universal Blumhouse, they're going to have to go ahead and just throw this thing out a week early. That was just based off the images. So from the images this morning, and by the way, it was originally like maybe 4. I think later on in the day, I saw 2 or 3 more appear. Then later this evening, the entire trailer drops, hand cam quality that you're used to out of seeing that type of thing. Whole trailer leaks. And the unfortunate thing about that is a lot of people's first experience watching that trailer is going to be the grainy, shitty quality trailer that was first put up. So at that point, it's like they have to go ahead and pull the trigger on the trailer, which they did. I believe it was about 9:30 p.m. my time here on the East Coast. And I mean, at this point, they kind of had to. Let's be real. They kind of had to get out in front of this. They kind of had to almost pull, I would say, damage control in a way, for the simple fact that you really, especially after it's already been a year. It's already been a year since the film was supposed to have already been out. Everyone knows what happened, the pandemic. Film gets pushed back a year after everyone's already waited so long to see this thing. I do kind of have to say that Universal probably could have kept this from happening had they, I think, taken more preventative measures that apparently were not taken. Also, to kind of play devil's advocate here, let's be real. These people are really behind based on most everyone's estimation as far as promoting this movie. So I'm not exactly sure what they were doing, but not that I approve or anything of this leak, because word was we were already getting it a week from now anyway. But you kind of have to look at it from that standpoint as well. It is unfortunate. At the end of the day, I would have rather it not have happened. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go over this thing, and I know maybe better than anyone else here on YouTube, I can't use much of the trailer. I'm going to have to stop intermittently and speak about what's going on. I'm definitely not going to be able to play the whole thing throughout. YouTube absolutely hates it when I do these videos, so I try to talk a lot more than we see of the trailer. So if I'm doing that, that is why. But I do have a lot of things to say about it, so it's not like I'll be reaching for anything to talk about. So I guess with that said, no point in really waiting. Let's go ahead and jump right into this because this is, like I said earlier, this is to those who may not be initiated to the current universe we are in with this, or the current timeline we're in. We're following the original 78 and the most recent Halloween from 2018. This is the follow up to that. So let's go ahead and jump right in. And this basically this intro here is what we actually got a year ago when the film was postponed to begin with. Just that part, that little snippet that we just saw, that was the teaser we got as somewhat of a we're sorry we have to postpone this thing for another year. So I guess I know where we got it from now. This was I guess always intended to be the beginning of the trailer, and I guess it makes sense. This is pretty much picking up exactly where it left off. Very reminiscent of Halloween 2, picking up the moment the camera's cut from its predecessor. All right, let's go ahead and keep going. I'm so I'm so apprehensive about playing it, but let's get a little further. And this is something we've been seeing stills from for a while. This is something that like a lot of Halloween fans I know have been using that still image from Empire, I believe, was the publication that put out that image, that kind of what we're seeing here of Michael emerging from a flaming building, kind of like showing you, okay, yeah, the ending you thought that you saw wasn't exactly what went down. But this is I've been hearing a lot about this I guess sequence as far as leaving the burning house and the firefighters and things of that nature. Is something that a lot of people have been talking about because I think we've got a lot of images from this. But this trailer, and this is going to be an ongoing theme in this, it shows a lot. So before we go any further, if anyone's watching live or watching later on, if you okay, I think we all know what happened with Blumhouse in 2018, Halloween. The trailer shows a lot. If you really pay attention, you can kind of piece together what that movie's about to a degree. This one is guilty of that as well. I'm not gonna lie to anybody. I personally, if well, maybe I should say, if you want to walk into this theater to see Halloween Kills, kind of without knowing any major plot details at all, probably best to avoid this video and the trailer itself. Let's just go ahead and put that out there. So, but with that said, I'm going to continue. Okay, so like I said, it does show a lot. So apparently, in the first in the opening moments of this film, Michael's going to go ape shit and murder an entire squad of firefighters. So there you go. There's that. But I will say, right off the bat, those are some pretty amazing kills. I don't know if I would have given away all the kills of the firefighters in the trailer, because you would think that's kind of like an intro where it just hits you with that holy shit moment right off the bat. So I don't know if I would have given that away. But I do find I'm not necessarily critiquing the movie at all in that. I'm critiquing this trailer in that. I'll say this: the overall theme you're going to hear going through is that this movie looks fucking awesome, but this trailer, wow, they show a lot.
My grandmother was right. The boogeyman was real.
It's over.
We can't hurt anyone ever again.
No one told you.
Told me what?
Somebody in there?
And you're about to see a little bit more of what I was just referencing. Now, granted, I'm not familiar with either one of these characters. My assumption is that these are new characters because they do not look familiar to me whatsoever. But we get more confirmed kills here in the trailer, and as cool as it is to put some interesting or gory kills in your trailer, I gotta once again question putting too much in a trailer. And this is once again, it's going to be it's really my only complaint. But it manifests in so many different ways that I'm sure I'm going to bring it up several more times, but we'll continue.
Michael Myers is alive.
Stop! You had a knife in your stomach.
You and Allison should not have to keep running.
So it looks to me like this movie is really going to be reminiscent of the original Halloween 2. It looks like we're spending some time in what some promotional shots even said was Haddonfield Memorial Hospital. So it really, I already kind of get those Halloween 2 vibes. Also, you'll notice in this trailer, there's going to be some pretty heavy, I guess, allusion to Halloween 3 as well, which is kind of weird because that one's always kind of been like the redheaded stepchild, the bastard of the franchise. So kind of interesting.
Evil dies tonight.
She's the new Loomis.
Sit and watch another innocent person die.
If you track Michael's victims, it's a straight line to Michael's childhood home. What do we do?
All right, so you probably noticed, and if you didn't, I'll back it up a little bit here. If I can kind of get a good shot of these.
Michael's victims.
All right, that's definitely from Halloween 3. There's one of the masks. And then the very next one is the pumpkin. And let's see if I can get it right here on this one. There's the witch. And interestingly enough, they put those in the trailer. They did a similar throwback in the 2018 film as well to this. Cody Ray says, "Oh my, Halloween 3 and Myers in the same universe." I don't know. There are some things in this trailer that are very interesting as far as the Halloween lore goes. And we'll get to that here in a minute. Just want to say what's up to those watching live here. Cody Ray, Fit and Curvy, FML, Avery. What's up, everyone? So yeah, this is some interesting choice for the trailer too. I don't know if they're just trying to toss out some more, fan service crumbs, but I thought it was an interesting selection. Also wanted to point out that I would assume this right here is Lonnie Elam all grown up. The main asshole, the little Tommy Doyle from the original 78. And this kid here is good as fucking dead. I think his expiration was up in the last movie. So he's a fucking goner. Hear me now, quote me later.
What do we do?
We fight.
Let's hunt him down.
And two things. Number one, I'm already seeing why this movie was under the working title Mob Rules. Apparently, we're going to get more than just, I guess, a group of survivors of the original and the 2018 film together. It looks at some points in this trailer like the whole fucking town. So, yeah, that definitely qualifies as a mob, I would assume, are going to be coming after Michael here. He's kind of been a bit of a nuisance to that town. So I think they're done with his shit. They're really tired of his shit. And it kind of gives away exactly why that was the working title of the film.
Michael Myers is flesh and blood, but a man couldn't have survived that fire. The more he kills, the more he transcends.
That's pretty fucking awesome. I like what they're doing with this. The line has always been really blurred between, is Michael a human being or is he something supernatural? It's always been an is he or isn't he type thing, but to really hone in on that and really kind of enforce that is something that it's never really been done outright. It's always been a little bit more subtle. So you kind of had to look for it. It wasn't just in your face. So I do like the fact that they're actually going into a little detail, not explaining anything, because, you know, as we all know, when you try to explain too much with this franchise, things get a little murky. You get a Halloween Curse of Michael Myers is what I'm saying. But I do like the fact that it's like almost like a philosophy thing. It's almost just a theory, I guess. But I like how they're doing that. It's pretty interesting, actually. Bizarro Brand is here. What's up? I'm sorry, Wilson. Max is here. Chubbs, what's up, man? So yeah, another thing I wanted to touch on before I jump back into the trailer here is that John Carpenter, once again with his son and what's his name, Daniel Davies, I believe, they're back for the score of the film, and the Halloween theme really sounds interesting in this trailer. It's got a totally, it's definitely the same tune we all have come to know and love, but once again, a really interesting take on it. This is why I'm so glad to see John Carpenter, if nothing else, scoring these films again, because I mean, you can talk all day about the cinematography of the original. You can talk about the lighting and some of the amazing, almost apparent one take Panaglide shots. But like, you know, the soundtrack, the score rather, is equally impressive. It's dysrhythmic, it's irrational, it's tense. So I mean, having him back doing that is so fucking awesome.
Go now! He's the essence of evil.
Yeah, that kid expired movies ago. This has just been coming. I agree, Cody. One of the best. Bloody Breakdown. What's your favorite Carpenter movie? I mean, Halloween's my favorite movie of all time, but if we're talking specifically John Carpenter, I mean, what don't I like? They Live comes to mind as another one of my favorites. I like The Fog. They Live and Halloween really stand out to me. As probably two of my favorites. And yes, Cody pretty much answered your question there, Commitment. I mean, you just can't kill the son of a bitch at the box office either. Hey, that last one made like what? 250 fucking bazillion dollars at the box office. What was it? I'll look it up real quick. Halloween 2018 box office. Let's see. That movie cleaned the fuck up. Yeah, $255.6 million. Yeah. So that, if you really want to know the answer as to why these movies don't die, there's the answer to that quandary, as I've heard some people say before. So yeah. Hyped to see this, Bowles, man. Of course you are. It's a fantastic flick. All right, we're gonna jump back into it. Let's see.
Do it! Do it! You want your mask? Come and get it!
Yeah, he's there's the fan service again sprinkled in that I was talking about. Like, I think everyone, like, obviously fans of a franchise appreciate fan service. That goes without saying. That's its intention. That's what it does. But with that being said, it can go too far. Now, a guy like me, I really appreciate that shit. So you really have to pour it on thick for me to get like, okay, that's enough. It's kind of taking over the story at some point. So I hope that doesn't happen. But the level that I'm seeing in this trailer right now, it looks like a comfortable level. We got $2 from Bizarro Brent here. I'm sorry, Wilson. Thank you very much, by the way, which I believe is my very first super chat on this channel. Just got monetized the other day. So Wilson, you are enshrined in the history of Bloody Breakdown. It is your channel after all, if we're being honest. So answer wasn't Big Trouble in Little China. You know, I kind of figured, I don't know why, but I kind of figured you as a Big Trouble in Little China type guy. So I'm not shocked by that at all whatsoever. It's not a bad flick at all. Definitely. But for me, it's Halloween and They Live. They're fucking classic, man. Let's see here. But yes, I mean, as far as the fan service and stuff goes, I think it's at a respectable level in this trailer. Once again, my only issue is the amount they show. So when I'm watching this trailer, and I've watched it about 15 times now, I'm not going to sit here and pretend like I haven't. When I'm watching this trailer, I'm seeing a lot of plot details revealed to me. I'm seeing a lot of confirmed character deaths. I'm seeing a lot of things that maybe it's just because I read so much into these trailers because I'm so into these movies. And I hope like casual moviegoers aren't going to read that much into it and just look at it and go, oh, cool. It looks like a really awesome trailer. I'll go check this out because fuck it. I want this movie to make money too. Because at this point, I'm really sold on what Blumhouse is doing with the franchise. Up until that 2018 movie, it'd been a long time since I think they'd really had a solid entry. You got to think, going backward beyond 2018, you had the 2 Rob Zombie movies. They were what they were. The second one was god awful. The first one was okay. But even before that, you had like Halloween Resurrection with Busta Rhymes karate kicking Michael Myers. Like, no, fuck out of here. So I'd say probably since like Halloween H2O, this is the first time I think they've kind of got some solid footing here. Yeah, it's definitely spoilery to say the least. Is the sequel to this one going to be called Halloween Kills Again? Actually, there's already a confirmed sequel to this. They kind of released the information that they were going to make 2 sequels to the 2018 flick. So, and you're going to like this one, Commitment. The title of the follow-up to this film, which should be coming out in a year, I believe, is Halloween Ends. And I'm sure that they're going to keep by that promise and never make another one of these again, right? Absolutely. Because no slasher flick sequel in the history of slasher flick sequels have ever said that this is the last one and made another one. As long as you forget about like Freddy's Dead, Jason Goes to Hell, what else? Halloween H2O, really, because that was kind of a finality to that as well. As long as you just forget about all of those and the several others that I could probably mention as well. That's never happened. They don't do that. So there's like just a few more seconds left of this thing. Let's check it out.
I'm coming for you, Michael.
And there it is. And by the way, it's October. It just says October. I don't know why, but that's October 15th of this year. So that's the trailer. What do you all think? Like I said, to summarize basically my thoughts on this thing, I think that there's a lot of good fan service in this one. I think that they've upped the gore from the last one. Now, whether that's good or bad, to be determined. I'm not one of these people who, I only want a, artsy type off camera or mostly off camera kill type scenario. And I'm not going to lose my mind if it's over the top gore either. I know that kind of comes, it kind of has its own cross to bear, so to speak, those type of films. I mean, when something gets labeled torture porn, maybe it's got a negative connotation. I don't know. But I think overall it's going to be a really interesting movie. It is the middle point, so to speak, of the quote unquote Blumhouse trilogy of Halloweens. So it's always weird with that middle one. And I feel like it always has a lot of times in especially like horror trilogies, the second one has more of an energetic, I don't want to say high stakes because that usually lends its self towards more the third final part, but it's like they tend to be a lot more violent, and they seem to be a lot more energetic, and there seems to be a lot more going on. And that kind of seems to line up with what I'm seeing from this trailer as well, actually. Another $2 from I'm Sorry Wilson. Thanks a lot, man. Kurt Russell plus John Carpenter equals great. Mic drop. And you know what? On that note, I have to say that I am remiss for not mentioning another one of my favorite, not just horror films, but films of all time. Kurt Russell and John Carpenter directing it, The Thing. What the fuck am I even thinking not bringing that up when you pose this question to me, Wilson? I'm a failure. A fucking failure. I love The Thing. So yeah, I'll give you that. I'll give you that one. So yeah, that's pretty much the trailer. I'm hoping that I don't get copyright struck to hell and back off this video. I tried to definitely talk about it way more than I actually showed it. But I did want to get through it, and at least, you know, you guys have some sort of basis to know what it is the fuck I'm talking about. So yeah, I'm excited. We got less than 4 months to go now. It's like 100 and I don't know, some odd days left to go. I'm ready for it. I know a lot of you are as well. It's one of those things that I think they did such a good job with this movie's predecessor that I hope that this one continues with that upward trajectory of actually making decent films and making money off of them, kind of inspiring them to go, okay, let's not just throw Busta Rhymes in something or throw Rob Zombie because he's the hot horror director. He made Devil's Rejects. Let's give it to him. Not to be just so quick to throw it off on whatever the gimmick is of the week and actually make decent films. Because I have to say the last one was actually, even as far as just, you know, not me being a fan of schlocky slasher flicks goes, I think it was actually a good movie. So yeah, I'm excited to see where they go with this. And it sets up the third and final chapter of the Blumhouse trilogy, even though it's interesting that they call it that because they still acknowledge the original. So would it make it a quadrilogy at that point? I don't know the rules behind this. I don't know how that works, but that would be my assumption. So yeah. Let's see. Another $2 from I'm Sorry Wilson. Throwing money at myself. See, that's what we have going on right now. For those of you who don't know, Wilson and I are the same person, and that's why I alluded to this being his channel really earlier. So essentially, what's going on here is just to make it look like, you know, we're rolling in some super chat dough over here. I'm just throwing myself the money. That's what it is. I wanted to be straight up honest with everybody. I can't continue this ruse anymore. Oh fuck. So yeah, I it's late. I just wanted to get this out here. I do appreciate everyone joining me live for this. I do appreciate Bizarro Me for the very first super chats on the channel. Much appreciated, Wilson. Like I said, wanted to get it out here. Let me know if you're watching this later in the comment section what you think about it. And for everyone who's watching this, leave a like before we depart from one another this fine evening, night, wherever the fuck you are, in whatever part of the world you are. And yeah, check the description. There's probably like my Twitter handle or something down there. If you're new, if you stumble across this because you're checking out some Halloween Kill stuff, subscribe and turn on notifications so I can annoy the shit out of you by way of your mobile device. And yeah. Thanks for joining me, everyone. It's late. I'm taking my ass to bed, and we'll catch you all next time.